When dawn touches the horizon, there's a moment when the world seems to breathe with you. Before the noise, before the rush, there's a whisper, a calling that few can hear. In that quiet instant, the sky speaks to your soul. Wake up. There's something within you that hasn't bloomed yet. Those who look outward dream, but those who look inward awaken. Dawn isn't just the rising of the sun, it's the rising of yourself. Every morning is an invisible doorway between who you were and who you can become. But most people walk through that door still asleep. Ask yourself, how many times have you woken up without truly awakening? How many mornings have your eyes opened, but your soul stayed asleep, caught in lifeless repetition? My child, when I call you to awaken, I'm not asking for hurry. I'm asking for presence. Because presence is the altar where I dwell. The moment you become aware of your breath, the kingdom is already within you. The world taught you to start your day with obligations. But I invite you to start with contemplation. Before you move your body, watch your mind. Before you speak, listen to your silence. Before you act, ask yourself, who within me is waking up, the character the world created, or the being God formed? When you rise in awareness, every gesture becomes a prayer. Opening a window becomes a symbol. Light comes in, but it also reveals what's still in shadow. That's the first spiritual work of every morning, to look inside without fear of what you'll find. No morning is wasted when it begins in truth. And truth begins the moment you stop running from yourself. So I tell you, rise, take up your bed, and walk. Not just physically, but inwardly. Rise from apathy, from routine, from unawareness. Walk toward your purpose, even if your steps still tremble. Dawn is my daily reminder that life always begins again. And just like the sun, you were made to shine. Not from the outside in, but from the inside out. Time. Time is the river where your soul learns to swim. Some only float, drifting. Others fight the current, trying to control the inevitable. But those who surrender to the flow discover that time isn't an enemy, it's a silent teacher. Let me tell you this. The illusion of "there's still time" is one of the most subtle forms of spiritual sleep. How many times have you said, later? Later, I'll pray. Later, I'll change. Later, I'll follow my purpose. But later never comes, because later is just avoidance in disguise. Look around you. Morning doesn't wait for your permission to rise. Flowers don't ask before they bloom. Life simply happens. And while you wait for the perfect moment, the moment has already passed. Here's the truth. Time doesn't steal anything from you. It only shows how willing you are to live what's been given. Every second is an invitation to awaken from the paralysis of fear. While it is day, we must do the works of Him who sent me. Night is coming, when no one can work. John 9 verse 4. These words aren't about material urgency, but conscious urgency. As long as the light of awareness shines within you, there's work to do, inside and out. When you disconnect from that light, everything becomes dark, even under the sun. So ask yourself, what part of you still believes there'll be a better tomorrow to start living? Why wait for the future when the present is the only altar where transformation happens? Think about it. Each morning is a precious coin the Father places in your hands. You decide whether to invest it in growth or spend it in distraction. And when the day ends, that coin dissolves into the river of time, taking with it everything that was ignored. But here's the good news, and it's eternal. Time bows to awareness. A single moment of true presence is worth more than years of distraction. A simple yes spoken with faith can move heaven and reshape destiny. So when you feel tired, don't ask for more time. Ask for clarity. Because time is only a mirror of your inner state. And whoever awakens in clarity already lives in the eternal. My child, if you don't build your inner temple, you'll end up serving in temples built by others. That's the greatest forgetfulness of the soul. To live as if your essence were only a role in the world's play. Every morning, when you wake up, you're not just rising. You're laying invisible bricks that form the temple of your consciousness. Your words are the cement. Your thoughts, the walls. Your actions, the light shining through the windows. But ask yourself, what have you been building within? A castle of appearances, or a home where the spirit can dwell? The world teaches you to renovate the outside, to change your body, your house, your job, your status. But almost no one teaches you to rebuild the invisible. That's why so many people feel empty, even when everything outside looks perfect. My child, the invisible is the foundation of the visible. Without deep roots, any tree will fall. Without an inner base, any achievement will crumble. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Matthew 6 verse 33. The kingdom isn't out there, it's within. It's in the moment you notice your thoughts and choose the light. It's in the silence between one breath and the next. It's in that space where reaction stops and understanding begins. There are two voices within you. The voice of the persona, that wants to be seen, liked, and admired, and the voice of the soul, that just wants to be true. The first builds masks. The second builds meaning. And here's the mystery. God dwells where there's truth, not where there's appearance. That's why every morning is a new chance to rebuild your temple. When you wake up, ask yourself, what in me needs light today? What part of me needs silence to bloom? These questions are golden nails in the construction of your soul. And remember, pain is also a divine tool. It's the hammer that softens a hardened heart. It's the sacred alchemy that turns lead into gold, suffering into wisdom. No tear is wasted when it's offered to your inner growth. Every sincere tear waters the ground where the Spirit will live. The kingdom of God is within you. Luke 17 verse 21. That's where it all begins, in the unseen. There, in silence, the Father shapes you, stone by stone, until your whole being becomes a living temple of love, discernment, and presence. My child, now that you've walked with me through the river of time, through the currents of urgency, and along the invisible walls of your inner temple, listen closely. Morning isn't just the start of a new day. It's the altar where your soul meets its destiny. Every dawn is a sacred invitation. An invitation not just to exist, but to awaken, to rise in awareness, to take the helm of your life, and to sail the waters that have been given to you. Time doesn't wait, and life doesn't forgive apathy, but what rises in presence is never lost. Even if the world is in chaos, even if your mistakes are many, you can still rise each morning as someone who understands the value of every moment. My child, remember, it's not about how much you do, but how aware you are while doing it. It's not about how fast you build, but how conscious each brick you lay in your temple is. Ask yourself, what morning habit brings you closer to your true self? What daily act feeds your soul, not just your body? What silence protects your vision and allows your dream to bloom? Because all of this is possible. The sun rises, and with it, a new chance to rewrite your story. Every morning is a blank page, and you are the divine writer. Rise, take up your bed, and walk. John 5 verse 8. Not only physically, but spiritually. Walk with courage, even if your steps shake. Walk with faith, even if the road is unknown. Walk with awareness, because dawn is the closest thing to eternity you'll ever touch in this world. My child, I give you this promise. If you begin each morning with presence, if you build your life as you build your inner temple, then every day will be a miracle, every challenge a teacher, and every dream, no matter how small, a seed of eternity. So tomorrow, when your eyes open, breathe, be still, look within, and tell your heart, Lord, awaken in me the being who sleeps. Today, I rise to truly live, because life waits for no one, but you, who awaken, already walk beside heaven. If this content helped you, subscribe to the channel to receive more videos and continue evolving. See you soon.